Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Vega squadrons turn to pick.
Doom.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Dazzle.
Radiant team
Starladder.
pick. Vega squadrons turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Queen of Pain.
Vega squadrons turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Vega squadrons turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Vega squadrons turn to pick.
Disruptor.
Radiant team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Winter Wyvern.
Vega Squadron's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Ursa Warrior.
Radiant Team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining. Vega Squadron's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant Team pick.
Death Prophet.
Vega Squadron's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining.
Ancient apparition.
Game always spikes when we load in. It's really annoying.
Prepare for battle.
Yeah, Dota has some interesting things to do with costing. So either way, hopefully we'll be in. And yeah, let's quickly introduce the teams. We've got No One, who apparently is No One and not Noon. I don't know. That was an interesting thread. I don't know if you saw that one. We've got Seema on the Disruptor. Solo on that Ancient Apparition. Doom is going to be played up by Mag. And Ursa on Bashu.
Over for HR, we've got Goddamn on the Winter Wyvern, Havost on the Starladder, Satchlo on the Rider, CO on the Dazzle, and Afro Ninja on the...
Yeah, I'm also really excited to see how this fares. I do want to see Havost do well in a new team. To say it that way.
I think he did pretty well in Navi, but I just think the team stayed together too long with too many problems. Like, they didn't ever change what they were doing.
Yeah, maybe just that was it. I do really like Vega's response with the AA, gonna hurt out on Dazzle. Dazzle and the AA kind of counter each other from the standpoint of you might be able to apply that frostbite debuff from the Ice Blast onto someone, but Dazzle can always save them with Shallow Grave. On the other hand, you lose a lot of healing utility, and it's certainly really fantastic against that Wyvern where you cold embrace someone to save their life and AA just drops his combo on them. So
this is something Vega do a lot though. They have a hero that Pasha plays that is able to either go to the jungle or go and move around. And then they have Solo on a hero that's going to have high game impact, so he's probably going to get his level 6 fairly early this game if HR don't put a lot of pressure on them. Yeah,
this guy Solo is good at finding a farm where maybe you don't otherwise get it, and already getting himself some denies. Yeah, we'll see how this mid lane goes. Pretty standard mid lane action. It's the whole, let's stick 2 heroes here. Let's make it a 2v2, which does mean Havost is freed up because Doom forced into the jungle. Mag already in the jungle. Maybe just wanted a good creep or something, but he's already all the way up there. And Batrider, this lane, I think this lane is going to be where we see the kills because one false step from Seema or the Ursa, I think you can go down to Batrider Sticky Napalm. At the same time, they can just glimpse him into an awful position, and that is a dead man.
Yours, not yours.
Yeah, he's pretty safe for the first few levels, but as you say, as soon as Glimpse comes online, he has to play a lot safer. And this ward at the side's going to help him a lot.
Yeah, really nicely done there. I actually think he's got decent kill potential, depending on how this lane goes. I really like that they're running it 2-1-2 for now, just because I think if Disruptor can get up that Glimpse, you immediately can bring more hell. But Seema already having 6 slots and... 6 stacks of Sticky Napalm, that's not fun to be walking around with.
No, it's a nightmare to try and 1v1 Batrider as a support.
Yeah.
It really is just hell. Please got the parry that can help him out though. If Batrider ever goes and the Ursa's in range, he can scare him away. He just has to be careful with his position. If he's off to the side too much and the Ursa's not close, he can die. At least at level 2. That's the biggest window. If he gets level 2 first and Disruptor doesn't have any spells to the distant.
Yeah. And it looks like whoever is on, it looks like Goddamn has some idea of where the wards are because he just pinged this area. So I think he's like, let's go check. We might want to pull. Although if there's no one in your lane, maybe you just push the tower for HR. They've got a lot of freedom. I do imagine though Doom, yeah, he's got a TP up. So I think he's going to just find what he can in the jungle. And then when the wave is up on his tower, go down to get some experience.
I like the fact that he's woods to start, and especially getting the frost. Really lucky for him. Really hard to zone out early game.
Yeah, Doom, you start with 0 armor, I think. Very little armor.
7.
Yeah, 0.7. There we go. So not one of the few heroes that starts with negative, but it still sucks, and no one getting a lot of that Arctic burn on him. The Wyvern's still mid. I didn't expect him to stay for so long. Huh.
I think she went for the stack at the minute mark, and then she's come back to do another Arctic burn, which is pretty standard stuff, I'd say. Really needed bottom.
Oh, we have an aggressive blink in from No One, and Afro Ninja is going down, but it's denied! Oh, well played, which means that we get first blood elsewhere on the Batrider up in top lane. It looks like just the chilling touch was used. Too many auto attacks from AA, and oh, that deny. That was really good.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for no one, but at least they still get the first blood elsewhere.
Yeah, they get the first blood on top, and I think not having the Death Prophet in lane for a while will certainly make them pretty happy. Vega is trying to 1v1 goddamn who has a haste, and now in comes Shocklow's probably going to get this. Can the Disrupted do any sort of thing to deter the Wyvern, who is hasting away with the Thunderclap? Just gonna get out on 30 life, but... oh, this top lane... we're right in calling it where there's going to be a bit of slay going down.
Supports from HR don't have the biggest mobility, the ability to move around early, so it's a while for them to be really active with their force. But Vega can maybe look to rotate around and their supports seem, especially once you make maybe level 2 in the Glimp and Boots.
Now both have Boast and this Ursa farming really well. I feel like they both have blinks, which they can go, which are super explosive. Would you prefer that Pashavashu gets up some sort of F-steal for sneaking an early Roshan, or do you think this game is just going to be all about the aggression?
I personally prefer to say maybe he goes for a boot upgrade first and then gets like the mask so he can transition into the jungle. Because he needs to give his support levels this game. They're both really dependent on getting their level 6 to have big game impact. He goes for the blink. That's slightly riskier because then you have to move around and get kills as opposed to just sitting in your woods and farming.
Yeah, they've definitely got a conundrum, I think, here with how exactly does your Ursa itemize to not be kited so hard. BKB, while it'll help you with a couple things here, it doesn't save you from Winter's Curse, it doesn't save you from Lasso, and it doesn't save you from all the physical damage of Death Prophet, so not sure that's the item here. Maybe actually a Lincoln's.
Yeah, Lincoln's bad. There's a lot of digital spells, but amp damage is such a low cooldown. It has a really long range as well.
Yeah, it feels really hard for a an Ursa to itemize this game. I'm not sure what is the best route. He may just end up tanking up, as we said. He's gonna get the phase boots, probably get some form of lifesteal to be able to get Roshan, and then maybe go from there.
Having the Aegis is the most important item for in this game. The rest of his item kit is perfect. The situation. He has an Aegis, he doesn't mind if he gets acted around a bit and maybe dies. Just his team work while they're kiting him.
Yeah. And they've certainly got other heroes that can be impactful if this Ursa does need space. You got Doom, you got Sonic Wave. There's space to be made by the lineup of Vega. And now talking about HR, I'm assuming Bat Rider, he seems to have one build. You get up Shoes, maybe Tranquils, you get up a Blink and then a Full Staff. Is that about it for that guy? You're just going to be desperately searching for that since you're an offlaner?
I could also see a Yules this game, but that's just kiting for the Ursa and possibly more setup for the rest of his. He has a nice triple stack here as well to fall back on.
Yeah, I feel like if you can get the... oh, we have a stun out on Solo on the bottom lane. Slithering Crush Heal Bomb, but Solo, he's put down the slow. One more auto attack will do it. And this TP, it's gonna take too long, but here comes No One. The glimpse backwards as well, and Havost is dead. And Sio, now in the danger zone, trying to TP out. They don't have any form of stopping, so Sio is just out of the building. So, well done there, but at the same time, looks like Bearman getting a kill up on the Bat Rider, pops that Enrage, and I was just going to mention that, as you said, the Yules, it doesn't purge off Enrage, but it can spend enough time that the Enrage is... you're not in the fight, taking 80% less damage.
The movement speed also helps. It's just... could also maybe look for a Ethereal Blade as opposed to going for the Yules if you have a bit of money to help your teammates out.
Yeah, but that'll be very late. I don't know how much farm this Bat Rider is going to get, given the state of this game. So, a nice thing there, since Death Prophet is off, going home, returning to base, they're getting some nice levels out onto the Wyvern. At the same time, No One's scouting for some stacks. May just kill Ninja from behind. Actually,
with ulti at 6.
Yeah, I was about to comment on that. Wasn't really expecting that.
Seen it done past. Mostly it's like offlane quaps where you just want to get the 2 dagger to your lane and then you want the levels in Scream. But fallen off as a build recently.
Definitely seems like having the early damage output and being able to ult down someone and then just kind of return to farming in your lane is really powerful, especially with the squishy supports we've got here. A Wyvern you can kill with a Scream ult combo pretty handily, so maybe a few auto attacks needed. We got a gank though. Like, Batman is about to run into Seema. Seema's gonna pop that onto Shocklow's head. And now Shocklow, they see exactly where you are. Uses the Flame Break, but this is not enough. And now maybe the Wyvern, but they have a really easy way with the Wyvern to deal with the Ursa. And suddenly the Ursa on the backline being kited a little bit. But Ursa turning around, handing it back. There's the Cold Embrace we were talking about, making it super easy. But the Fury stack's still coming out, and it looks like Dazzle is dead. Really unfortunate that they stacked those. Also, Dazzle had just used his TP, so there was no way out. And now, no one coming up here. Gonna use that Sonic Wave, just gonna auto attack her down, and the Wyvern is very dead. Ancient Apparition dies to the tower, I think, up there. No, it looks like he was trying to walk away and the creeps got him.
Rip AA.
Yeah.
That's a really small thing from HR, but if the Dazzle managed to TP the tower first before the Wyvern, I think the Batrider would have been able to skate away there with a Grave. Because the Wyvern TP'd first, took the Dazzle way too long. Might have also been like bad TP. Dazzle came over here, as opposed to closer to the Batrider, so maybe wouldn't have been in Grave range. But then they both feed anyway, so it's just really nice play from Vega.
And it's not really something that Pasha Bashu needed. He was already doing well on CS and Farm. We can see he's one of the top net worth heroes. Got quite a bit of gold saved up, so it looks like both he and Havost are working towards that Blink Dagger. And speaking of Havost, gank train on him. He's getting healed up, but a Sonic Wave comes out. Shallow Grave is there. Can he sprint away? He's gonna go for the TP, but was it soon enough? It looks like it was. Will he die and fountain to dagger? No, he's healed up enough. Now the turnaround, Dazzle in a lot of trouble, and Wyvern even, they can just keep walking down on her. There's the nice little kinetic field to stop her from doing anything to Mag, because here comes Alpha Ninja and no one more than enough mana to blink out. Can they catch this Disruptor on the side here? It doesn't look like they know about Seema. So Alpha Ninja probably just going to try to push the tower with this Exorcism.
I don't think you'll be able to get it, but you can definitely put some damage on.
I mean, at least you're using your spells instead of just wasting it there for a gank that didn't quite happen because of the immediate TP out of Mag. I have to say that was a nice play. The moment he saw Alpha Ninja, he just TP'd.
Fortunately, didn't have enough HP to survive the Crypt Swarm. Is it Crypt Swarm? I think it is, right?
Which one?
Yeah, Death Prophet's Q,
Yeah.
Crypt Swarm. I wasn't sure if it's Carrion Swarm. Might be something else I'm thinking of.
I'm not sure what Carrion Swarm is, but it does sound like an appropriate name for her. So, this
Might
Batrider,
have been
he's...
Dota 1.
Yeah, just Dota 1 things. Now we've got Havost in the top lane. He's getting really close to that Blink Dagger. He needs somewhere to farm safely. And
Fortunately,
Batrider...
with when the Quap's ulti's up, he's quite susceptible unless his supports are there.
Oh, we have a bunch of people rotating down. Is the Slithering Crush gonna come on Mag? There's the amp damage as well. He's just going for the TP again. Do they have any way to stop him? Doesn't get... Havost doesn't have Bash skilled. Not gonna get lucky bashes if you don't have Bash skilled. And another just really well-timed TP out from Mag. And as you talked about Solo, chillaxing in mid, level 6 at 10 minutes in. That's fantastic timing for him.
Seema as well. The supports are doing really well.
Yeah, taking a
Sam's
look.
almost got 6 as well though, so they're not too far behind over on HellRaisers.
No, but just having them a little bit behind, yeah, CO just got 6, goddamn is approaching it. But just a little bit behind, and maybe they can make something big happen with this AA blast that just came online.
Right, they're going for a dual smoke, maybe the Quap and Disrupt for a kill while the Ursa goes to Roche.
Gonna be rough. It looks like there are 4 members of HR. They're very aware that it could be Roche on time. They put down a ward, but they see all of this, but with a DD on no one. When will she be able to blink over this kinetic field? They actually glimpse goddamn over it. Sonic Wave used on him as well, and the Scream. That's a very dead Wyvern, and now we've got Dominator. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna TP out. They're looking for the rest of them though. Ursa going hard on CO. Slithering Crush coming out of her boast, but here comes no one, and no one gonna see what she can do. But yeah, she plugged into a Exorcism, and now it's doing mad work on Pasha Bashu. Will they be able to stop her with the kinetic field? Yes, they will. And it looks like Alpha Ninja won't be able to chase this, but as you saw, the Quap melts to the Exorcism, and now Havost thinking about going in on Seema the Slayer, got the sprint, pops some stuff for the stun, and Slithering Crush gonna mean that they get disrupted. So a nice turnaround coming from HR, an overextension from no one.
A tiny bit too deep. It was a really nice fight for them, even though the AALT whip, they just managed to overpower HR. Tiny bit too deep, as you said.
Yeah, sounds like you need to move your mic a tiny bit closer again. maybe moved it away.
Done.
Excellent. So, yeah, just a really nice fight there. Queen of Pain is also, going on. God damn, I was going to talk about her item build, but no time there, and she has to be careful, very aware of her previous blink in that was dangerous, but we have a pause. Probably going to be Havost. Connect, don't know, we just have a go again. Maybe it was a misclick by Batrider, not quite sure what's up with that. Looks like no one's gonna be able to get out of this one fine, although she does still have Blink at level 1. She eats the Crypt Swarm. She's TPing, she's getting ready to go back in. We have a Doom onto Batrider and the glimpse back on Alpha Ninja. Here comes an A Blast as well. No one getting very low there, and now the rest of HellRaisers wanting to get out. And now the overextension, it was on HellRaisers.
That's going to secure Vega their Roshan as well, so favourable for them.
I wouldn't be surprised if these supports try to do something. They do have Lasso up on Batrider. I don't think it's unreasonable to try to do that. They're gonna de-ward though. There comes the Flame Break and the immediate takedown of Shocklow. Havost with the 3-man Slithering Crush. Can they do this with a Slender Blows? They get one. The Static Storm is dropped by Havost, playing on the outer edges, and then the Winter's Curse Shallow Grave. I don't know if they'll catch Pashu Bashu, but they do, and now Mag probably gonna fall. But a big A blast is Havost gonna be right in it. Looks like he is. Can Mag do enough damage though? It's a level 1 blast, and Havost, I feel like he's very low. He's not gonna shatter.
If Doom managed to get his level death off or one more right click, that was...
Yeah, it was very close. Very well played engagement by HR. I thought Havost was going in, doing Havost things with that 3-man Slithering Crush, netted them the kill. I think the Shallow Grave could have waited a few seconds, but that is not important there. They did very well.
One other thing to note is Vega placed a ward here and here, and they both got de-warded. So I think as soon as this ward expires, really soon, their only vision is going to be this one for a very long time.
Yeah, they did just manage to de-ward an HR ward there, so they're not. It's not the worst, but it's also not great to have your wards immediately de-warded now. Taking a look around. I'm trying to find my hero levels key. There we go. Disruptor now, bottom of the, after those kills, especially since HR got them on their supports, got some good levels there. At the same time, we're not even at level 2 ultimate, so it's not a big deal. And this game really even. Vega was pulling a little ahead in experience and gold, and now we're right back down to that 0 marker. If this game...
going to be the big point of contention for the next few minutes.
Yeah. Both teams have super fast Roshan lineups. You can use that amp damage, you can use that exorcism to make sure you get it. How do you feel about these teams' lineups late game? I think I have to give the edge over to Vega.
I think Vega scale a lot better into the game just because they have 3 cores that offer something in fights as opposed to HR who... Batrider's pretty much a lasso. Starladder can scale as we've seen, but he's more of just an initiator, so it's mostly on the death ulti, which is a really long cooldown. I think it's harder for them to do what they need to do to win the game, whereas Vega have the ability to make more mistakes.
Definitely. Although speaking of mistakes, is Havost gonna try to catch out Mag here? Isn't able to quite get in range. He really wants to go for it, and I think he's going for a Vanguard.
Might be even a Crimson, because decent against so they don't have the big right click either. Help their ability to fight and push early, which is what they need to do.
Oh, we've got Pashu Bash returning to farming. Has gone the Vlads. How do you feel about Satanic now on Ursa? Because the Fury swipes were changed, so you could have a lot more options with attack modifiers. Oh goodness, and speaking of it, we don't have time. We've got Exorcism. Pashu Bashu's melting to this Exorcism. He's gonna go down. Abe lost everything, just delaying his death. The Yule's up as well, but now Batrider going in the sidelines. He finally does the Crypt Swarm. A beautiful Winter's Curse, taking out both supports for the lineup of Vega, and looking like HR has handily won this fight. Batrider's still going in on the back line. Wyvern may have died to someone, but I don't think they even care, and they're very happy with this, and it looks like no one gets bashed to death. Oh, well played from Havost. Skills up 1 point in that bash, and this secures them the Roshan. Even though they don't have Exorcism, I think using that amp damage, they should have enough between all of them to take it down. I don't know if you saw that Winter's Coast. It was beautiful coming out of the Wyvern. Just completely took the supports out of the game.
Yeah, HR played that fight really well. They got the lasso on the supports and managed to run them down as well after the Winter's Curse. Fortunately, when the blinked in, he got scouted immediately. I liked the attempt where he tried to sneak the Roche, but HR knew exactly what was going on. They managed to punish it.
Let's see if they can do anything on the return. There's the glimpse back, the immediate TP out. We've also got Seema going down on the Disruptor and her bows. Actually, Pasha Basher is trying to chase him, but isn't going to be able to make anything latch. So.
Who ended up getting Aegis? I'm guessing. Yeah, hello, picked it up.
Yeah, they put it on her boast. Makes sense. Yeah. You can do a lot more with that Aegis, and there is the Vanguard up. Let's do a quick look around at items, because a crap ton has happened. Wyvern's rocking that Soul Ring, gonna be working towards a Glimmer Cape there. Slaughter is up on the Vanguard. Batrider, still not the blink, but about to have it in a few shakes of a lamb's tail.
Wow,
Dazzle,
that is so late.
it is really late, but it feels like he's still been able to do some good team involvement, and it is the Yules from Atha Ninja. Oh.
I'm guessing
Yeah.
he just didn't have the stats, and it was the Death Prophet who ended up taking them.
Yeah, Death Prophet got to take them. Both going in again onto Solo. Want us to use this Aegis, and Solo goes down before you can blink even. And that is Ancient Apparition off the deck. This push is going to be easy peasy. Sometimes a nicely timed Ice Blast can deter your push. No such luck when your AA is dead. And HL suddenly at a staggering 3k gold lead after being behind for most of the game, and a 5,000 experience lead. This Orchid no longer, I feel, doing work on the Queen of Pain. You can just be Yuled off by the Death Prophet. I guess you can do it to the Dazzle and get a pick off, but they are not staying alone.
Yeah, I think that's just a slight oversight by no one. If he went for Ags this game, he'd be a tiny thank you, and their team fight would just synergize a bit better. Every time they're pushing, they have to worry about Quap ulti plus A ulti. Right now, Quap ulti's on still on cooldown. They might be able to win a fight with it, but then as soon as HR respawn, they can just go for a push and they don't have too much to worry about. However, a top lane.
Yeah, we got the Yules up on the Disruptor, but now Atha Ninja is silenced and can't Yules herself. But this is going to be Sonic Wave on the sidelines. They're trying to pick up the supports. We've got a lot of stuff going off. The immediate TP Shallow Grave. Let's see if Atha Ninja can be saved by this Winter's Cold Embrace. But that is a dead Death Prophet walking over there. And now Doom thinking about going further onto Goddamn, but backing out. He actually has a Blade Mail. I wanted to talk about this, but the fight broke out. I haven't seen a Blade Mail on Doom in a while. Normally the pickups we've been seeing are more things like the Blink, like the Auras.
I really like it this game. It's gonna do a lot of damage to the back in general. The Death Prophet's spirits she can't control too well, so she manages to chunk the Doom. She's drop herself, and the Wyvern has a lot of damage she can't control. A very irregular pickup, but I think it's smart from Mag.
Yeah. Oh, a nice play there. Ancient Apparition also being the own carrier. We're much more used to AAs getting a Midas up. It's still something Solo could go for, but he's just going to have a hell of a time farming. And that Aghanim Scepter, I feel, that's the whole reason you pick this hero. You can't be playing an AA without him having an Ags. He's just not as good. The duration on the Frostbite is, or on the Ice Blast is so pitiful. And I think against this heal lineup, you want it to be as long as possible.
However, with how they've been playing this game, he had the space. He tried to be that one off to the side farming lanes when they're trying to take engagements and throwing a long range blast, but just hasn't been able to play the game he wants to this time.
Is under attack.
100%. Death Prophet looking like she's working towards that Shiva's God. She's also got the makings of probably an Octarine for her, and we have a pick off on Pasha Bashu in the middle as I'm looking at Death Prophet's items. Havota and Shoklo thinking about going for more. So a nice pick off there on the Ursa. That's pretty damn huge.
He just kind of walked into them. I'm guessing his camera was somewhere else at the time because I saw the smoke break like around here, and he just kept walking into them. They didn't even have to blink at all. So I think if he was on his hero, he could actually maybe survive there if he just moved away.
Yeah, happens unfortunately sometimes. In the meantime, Death Prophet, she is working. What are we doing? We're seeing Havos go again. He's gonna pick up Solo here. One more auto attack. The Cold Feet, maybe they proc, doesn't look like it. They pick up the Wyvern in the mid in the meantime, but can no one get away safely? It looks like Quap will. And Havos also TPing out. So we got supports dying all over the map.
Were you watching mid?
No, I didn't catch that one. I caught the Havos.
The Wyvern literally walked this way past 3 heroes, and then Quap was like, well, he must be alone, right? He just died.
Yeah,
Not
maybe
quite sure
some
what he was
folks...
trying to do there.
Maybe some folks not looking at their pathing as they go. We've all done it. We're gonna have Havos though saying hello to Pasha Bashu, and he's gonna be taking a lot of damage here, amp damage. You can enrage, but you're still taking a crap ton of physical damage. But HR not able to finish him off, and it looks like maybe this team fight not gonna be in their favor, especially if this Ice Blast hits on only 2, but that might be more enough for no one to think about engaging. The Sonic Wave is back off of cooldown, and they can see what they want to do, but HR backing up.
Down. That's their time to fight if they want to at all. Fortunately, this squad's scouting. I think for the smoke. Yeah, they just pinged it, so they know exactly what's happening here.
Yeah, and HR all backing out, gonna get themselves to safety. Now, Havost, he's working on the BKB. We've discussed this before. Not sure what exactly is the best to go next. He might pick up an AC, but Slaughter feels like a hard hero to itemize for early damage output, and he's certainly not going the omelet build, which I think is another option, but he would have already picked that up if that was his plan. And you can't really do it against AA, yeah. That's scary.
I'd like the AC afterwards. Kind of surprised he didn't go for the Crimson, probably just realizing he wants to scale a bit more into the game and he's not going to be able to get an overwhelming lead early enough.
We've got an A blast that'll hit on 1. It looks like we've got a Tower Siege, and with the Exorcism down, I don't know if HR wants to take this. A long time on that Exorcism as well. They're all weaved up in Batrider. Havo's actually the one to go in first. Now Batrider pulling Pasha Bashu. Static Storm on top of no one, and his Winter's Curse on Mag, it's not going to drag in anyone. It does lock him down. Pasha Bashu still at half health. Sonic Wave comes out onto Havos, and all of that reflected damage with the Blade Mail doing good work. Pasha Bashu also still fine on the back line, but everybody's healing up from the Dazzle. It looks like Havos is ready to go in again. Mag now taking a lot of damage with a glimpse back from Havos, and they're just still chasing on Mag. They have so many blinks, so much maneuverability at the same time as Appa Ninja taking a lot. A Blast clearly gonna whiff. The Mag Doom finally goes down, and without the Sonic Wave, it doesn't feel like they have the damage. Seema might go down here as well. There's a bash to pitch it off before Seema can do anything. Couldn't even get the glimpse off.
By the time this tower's down, Exorcism's up, so they might be able to go bottom next.
Yeah, go bottom, maybe even put some damage on high ground. So I think bottom is certainly the safer choice, and we'll be finding out how long on the Roshan respawn.
Hopefully it's a longer Roshan for Vega, because at the moment, HellRaisers are in control of this game. If the Aegis spawns, we have Exorcism. I think they can quicker than Vega can react, but they still have this tower to TP to, so that's the first objective.
So, when you're here playing as Vega, you know you're a bit behind. It definitely does feel like your heroes scale well into the late game, although I would say that... I would say that both sides have supports that scale pretty well, but I definitely like a Ursa core over a Slaughter. Are you just trying to wait it out, maybe lose a few towers in exchange for getting up that extra farm? Is it time to look into seeing about smokes, all of which are on cool? Yeah, they have 2 in stock on Vega, all on cooldown for HR.
I think the top BKB is the first thing they really need to get before they look to be too aggressive in fights. Jess has nearly finished his Basher as well, so that's a bit more pick-off potential for him. Not a good fighting item right now.
And I think HL's been doing a really good job of people are moving around in pairs at the very least, so this pick-off potential of the Ursa really nerfed, other than a few missteps that both sides had where they had heroes alone. It hasn't been an easy game for Pasha.
Now here comes the smoke from HellRaisers looking for a...
Yeah. I think they'll probably be the ones to find it. They're getting ready to go in. They've got Batrider leading the charge. He manages to grip the AA. The rest of the team will have to fight about this. But both immediately picking off Seema the Slayer, and Solo getting super low. There's no AA blows for this fight. Maybe they slowed up, goddamn, but no one now isolated and taking way too much damage. And the remnants of Vega need to run the hell away from HellRaisers because they are ready to fight. Havos doesn't even care that he's doomed up. This is what happens.
Fortunately, the creeps are all the way back here, so not an immediate tower push. The Exorcism is going to be out before they can do anything, and Roche also won't be up. So.
Yeah, they're checking the Roche. I think they're hoping that he was up or something. They're like, maybe Roche on, but no. It looks like Appa Ninja will have to push this tower without spirits.
They can definitely do that. It's just going to be a lot slower. They have time to respond. Maybe throw a buff ulti into an AA blast if they can't.
Yeah. And let's see if the A is up in time. We've got no lasso, but it's gonna be up in 20 seconds. And the blink forwards from Pashu Bashu. He wants to go on her boat, but a Winter's Curse, and he walks back into Seema. At the same time, Goddamn is getting very low. Mag is up on the front lines, and he is gonna go down. Goddamn's gonna fall as well. Seo is super low. The A boss might actually make him tick out. He does. He shatters to it. And now Habost on the sidelines in a lot of trouble. Death Prophet dies. Can they stop Habost? No, doesn't look like it. Pashu Bashu not in range to get off that bash, and I think a good turnaround.
Was 4 heroes followed by a qual 40, which I think at least hit 2, might have clipped 3.
Yeah. A big needed fight for Vega to get themselves back in this game. Although I still think, as we've pointed out a number of times, this game all about the Roshan, and because of that fight, it is firmly in Vega's hands. I don't think they have the way to stop it right now.
That's what I meant earlier, when there's more room for mistakes on Vega. They've 1 or 2 bad fights where multiple heroes get picked off, but pick 1 defense, because using their ultimate, getting pretty good clump from HellRaisers, and then they just get lucky on the Roshan one. They're back in the game.
Welcome to Dota, everyone. That's how it works. Full Staff is going to be up on Batrider though, so maybe able to get those more clean pickups coming out of him. And I really like this. Dazzle is picking up a pipe. I really, really like this. It's something that we don't see a whole bunch on teams. We've been seeing a bit more of it after it got a bit of a buff, but certainly an early pipe, or well, early by Dazzle standards as a support, going to help them against this AA, and he's not going to have the Aghanims up for quite a while still.
As you say, it's really unusual for them to go that route, but it's definitely more effective than the mech at looking what they want to do this game. Time the Aegis is out, he should have it as well, so that would be the timing window that they aim for.
Yeah.
AA will have Zags as well soon.
Yeah, he's getting close. He got a lot off of the back of that next fight. I just wonder how much, whether he'll be able to seal the deal on the next 500, or if they'll make him buy wards. The Disruptor has been doing a lot of that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Vega just says, Seema, you buy everything, we just really want AA to get that Ags. And it's one of those things where, depending on how the next team fight goes, if they take a bad engagement, maybe Solo gets picked off, I wouldn't be surprised to see him sell items to get the Ags for the high ground defense.
Yeah, that's something I was thinking as well. Personally, I wouldn't want to do it, but if I saw them pushing, they have Aegis, so they probably won't push, but I would just sell items to get the Ags.
No. It depends.
Gonna scout the smoke.
Yeah, and he's gonna pull Seema, and they do some sort of follow-up. In comes the Doom onto Alpha Ninja, and now they're working her both. They have so much damage. There's gonna be a beautiful Ice Blast too. Shocklow is just dead, and they managed to catch Theo on the edge, trying to go for the TP out, but they should have stuns here. No, they didn't get any of them. Theo, I think, still shatters. Yeah, still shatters in the fountain. Doom technically being credited with the kill. So a nice few pickups from Vega, and HR, I think their lead probably all gone at this point.
Mag managing to find the Death Prophet before she got Exorcism off is huge as well. If they do that, it's a 1 fight straight up.
Yeah. So Vega getting everything they want, fighting with this Aegis up. They've got another 3 minutes on it as well. Can feel very, very safe.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Might not be high ground, but they can definitely rotate bottom afterwards to clean up the tier 1. Maybe get some wards out as well if they have any.
And there are no more smokes on HL still for another 2 minutes. It feels like they just need to dodge until this Aegis is down.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe look to push with the Death Prophet ulti, but that's still risky because they get a decent catch when the Disruptor's in position.
Now, Hobos has had this BKB for a bit, at least long enough that he's gotten 2 charges off on it. I'm not quite sure what he's going next with his 1400 gold. I didn't see anything of his on the courier.
I'd like to see an AC. That's probably the item he goes for as well.
Radiant's bottom tower
Against the Earth, so it's very good with the Death Prophet. And I also like the fact she picked up Octarine. I think the item's pretty placed Bloodstone on Death Prophet now.
Yeah, certainly with the nerfs to Bloodstone. Let's see if they can get the jump here for HL. They have to kill off, I feel like they have to kill off the Doom before he gets Doom. Here they go, they're going in, they're trying to pick off no one. He has already BKB'd. If they kill off the Quap, it's a lot of damage, but they aren't able to make it latch. But Alpha Ninja in the backlines already has used that Exorcism right where no one is. Bashu Bashu working on Goddamn, but with that Glimmer Cape and the Shallow Grave, doesn't look like he's gonna go down. A nice Winter's Curse on Mag. They've already lost their supports, though. Does Boast have the follow-up damage? Bashu Bashu's gonna go down. That's an Aegis. Can they isolate him for the second attempt? AA is way out of the fight. Queen of Pain trying to help him out. The blink away away from the respawn. Batrider thinking about coming in. He doesn't have the lasso though, and this just could be the end of it. But Habost, he wants the slithering crush. He catches Solo. They may just give this up, but they're going back in on Vega. Sonic Wave is gonna go on Appa Ninja. Habost managing to be out of it, and it looks like no one has overstayed his welcome. Actually blinks over into death. Oh gosh, yes, he gets the bashes. He's gonna get shock glow as well. Can he catch him? Batrider trying to Batrider away, and he does manage to. So a really messy team fight for both sides. I have to say, I think HR came out on top. Technically, they got 5 kills, although one was an Aegis respawn, but such a mess.
Considering they were fighting into Aegis, that went really well. I think it was mostly just the angle that the fight placed that Vega not expecting it.
Yeah. A really nice job also from Appa Ninja. I really liked the play where Quap blunked backwards into the exorcism of Death Prophet.
I really liked that it kind of went like this, and she managed to move around, try and catch the backline, as you said, if Quap's blinking out, and it also meant she didn't get doomed.
Yep.
Very important.
Yeah, she used that exorcism. I almost thought maybe it came out a little bit earlier than you'd want, but when you're fighting against a doom, you have to use it before you get doomed, so that's that. Solo now, chillaxin, has up the Aghanim Scepter, and Boots didn't have to sell anything for it, so surviving that last fight, or, well, he walked back like this, and I think that was, I want to make sure I buy this, get out. Disruptor now, I think you give him a chance to farm, because his Aghanim's upgrade is also super powerful.
Yeah, I agree with that. Solo should definitely transition into ward buyer for now, but I don't think Solo's a ward buyer. Having played against this guy, he does not like to play the support, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's really important. Disruptor's Aghanims could destroy HL's team fight. They've got a couple of BKBs and just things like trying to get out or buy time in that static storm with the Yules. And here's the engagement coming out from Vega. We're about to see an A ball super early on the wrong side of the fight. A beautiful Winter's Curse. Bashu is going down. They've already got the exorcism out. An immediate kill on the A, on the Ursa. We're going to be seeing more people falling for Vega if they can't escape. No one's popped her BKB. Do they have the immediate silence follow-up? She is silent. She's stuck. She's taking too much damage. All of that physical stack up and the amp damage, and no one is burned through like paper. The analogy doesn't work. Habost now wandering around, doomed up, but he doesn't care. And that was a beautiful turnaround. I have to say that Winter's Curse was amazing.
HR definitely knew exactly what was happening there. The positioning was on point. Vega just running into them, which I was kind of surprised about. Solo being in the front line like that, just completely wasting his ultimate. Obviously, when you get it's a bit of a panic, but
yeah, maybe he wasn't sure that they were all there. Oh, you're blowing into your mic a little. Yeah, this is the problem. We gotta have it close enough that it picks you up, but then it technical issues. But yeah, it felt like the rest of HR did a really good job of kind of being sneaky over there. So, because I think that for some reason Vega thought they were going onto a solo dazzle, at least the way Solo played, just Abe losting the dazzle.
Yeah, maybe they just interpreted where the rest of HellRaisers were, thinking that, as you said, they found one hero.
Now, if you are goddamn here, do you immediately purchase up a Blink Dagger with your 2.7k gold, or are you saving up for a Refresher?
See a Force or a Blink for sure. I think Refresher's very unlikely just because his mana pool's way too low. He could opt to not steal his ultimate when he's 16 as well, which would make Refresher a tiny bit feasible.
Yeah.
The rest of his spells still cost a lot of mana.
Yeah. I also want to point out that Shocklow doing something I am super excited to see. Going for the Aghanim's upgrade. He's also had one of his supports buy him up a gem. So the map vision coming out of HR gonna be much stronger once they get over to some of those wards. Assuming they don't manage to lose this. And Habost does look like he's going for the AC.
I'd really like to see Refresher Ags Batrider. That could be a sight. 4 targets at once.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have to be honest, I've seen a few Aghanim Scepter Batrider games and I still haven't seen the double latch. So, A actually hiding up in the trees here, if he blasts them from behind, he's going to give away his positioning.
That's so risky when you're playing against a Batrider though.
Yeah, he immediately TP'd.
Yeah, just being there in general, if he into Firefly to look for a shot behind the tower, then AA is just
Radiant's bottom tower is
under
attack.
Sure. I like the idea behind it though.
Yeah, he's not able to deter the push, but he took Afa Ninja down to almost half of her health and maybe bought some time for his team on that bottom lane. So, we'll see what they manage to make of this, but Roshan and everybody looking for that. Gonna be a longer than average spawn time. Ursa has the Abyssal Blade up. I don't even know if it's enough. It feels like they've been doing a really good job. Well, one, these teamfights have actually been pretty back and forth. It's just HR have taken the loss too. It feels like as long as they get the Winter's Curse off on a good target, HR is winning these engagements.
Yeah, that's a huge deterrent. Like, when you can't just go up and commit to a target, which I feel like they kind of have to, as soon as the DP gets her ulti off, you either have to burst her down or piece it. But it's really hard to get away. It's really hard to clump up because of the...
Yeah, and it especially is painful because you're running heroes like Doom and Ursa against melees. They have to come in for some of this, so a little bit rough. And I think that obviously whoever gets the jump has a favorable engagement, but Vega have shown that even though they got the jump, they've gotten the Dooms out on decent targets a few times, still having a really rough time. And all of this dewarding, oh goodness, we have a jump in onto Afa Ninja. She doesn't have the exorcism off. Doom's trying to go, but Havost coming in with a slithering crush, but Pasha Bashu is there. The immediate shallow grave, they know Havost is in for a world of pain, but he is dead. He is hit by that AA blast, and yeah, Solo gonna end up getting the kill. Can they get further pickoffs? They glimpse back, goddamn, no TP away from you. The immediate Winter's Curse, but Seema the Slayer, he's taking a lot of damage. I don't know if it's enough, and now Afa Ninja popping that exorcism. Goddamn, isolated on the backline, gonna go down. Will it be soon enough though for Pasha Bashu? Shallow grave on Afa Ninja as well. Picks off Pasha Bashu. Havost coming back in. Can he catch off Seema the Slayer? They managed to kill off. Oh gosh, there's two fights going on. We'll watch Seema the Slayer fall. We'll watch no one fall as well. And finally, it looks like Doom. He's trying to use that blade mail to kill off Afa Ninja. He gets it, but he also goes down. So a 4 for 2, not the fight maybe Vega was looking for, but oh, at least they managed to.
Started being the fight they looked for, but as soon as Starladder fought back and the Doom wore off, they had to get away.
And we are roboting, so I am gonna actually call you through Skype. Yeah, I think TeamSpeak is on its lost legs. I'm just gonna mute our TeamSpeak for a second. Hello? Hello? Okay, yeah, sorry. I prefer TeamSpeak because normally it robots a bit less than Skype, but it is not being helpful. Okay, but yeah, you were saying about that lost team fight. Oh gosh, we have a dead Solo. You were saying on Slaughter, because Solo's just gonna die.
They got the Doom on Afa Ninja at the start, which was exactly what they wanted to have happen, right? They got the pick on Ladder as well when he tried to help his Death Prophet, but by the time they were chasing, Death Prophet's Doom had wore off. Ladder decided to buy back, and they took a really favorable fight.
I have to say the saving grace maybe that you forced a buyback out of Slaughter. It's going to slow down that AC, but I don't know what you do here as the Queen of Pain. She's looking for the Shivas, I think, trying to tank up. She could also buy an AC, but they are just so squishy, and they're doing a fantastic job on the lineup of HR, taking advantage of Queen of Pain. She has a BKB, but she's still not a tank.
Turns out the Batrider's opting for an Octarine instead.
Oh my goodness, wasn't expecting that at all. Mag does pop the BKB. We've got an easy Roshan from Ursa, and he gets the Aegis. Winter's Curse coming out on him too, but the Exorcism, it's out, and now Mag is gonna melt like butter. Seema the Slayer taking a lot of damage too. Afa Ninja will be hit by an AA blast, and now they're turning it around. Not able to secure those kills. Havost is doomed up on the sidelines as well, but now he's got his sprint up. Can they get the auto attack damage to the glimpse? It's gonna BKB'd off. Well
really
then.
Nice attempt from Seema, but the BK doing work.
Havost also stole the cheese.
I'm really surprised that this game's constantly going back and forth. Every time I feel like HellRaisers are in a good position, they've just taken 1 or 2 favorable fights, managed to come back and execute.
Yeah. It's been really back and forth. This game much more even than I was expecting. I have to say, coming into it, I did research, you know, and Vega much more favored. And I have to imagine these teams play a bunch as well. And since Vega's been showing such dominant form recently, and HR's just had a lot of roster shuffles, I didn't expect them to put out such a good fight. But goddamn, good as always. Might actually die here. Yeah, goes down to the Sonic Wave from no one. bit liberal with that, but if you get a Rax, it doesn't matter if you used your 130-second cooldown. At the same time, Starladder trying to see what he can get on the backline, but he's caught out by Seema, has to use that BKB to get out of the kinetic field. On the upside, they're no longer working on your Rax, but that's an Abyssal Blade. He eats the G's at the last second, and we've got a pull onto Pashu Bashu. Havos still being kited around. Pashu Bashu in a bit of a bad spot, but I think Havos will be the first to die. And now Dazzle, dead before he can say anything, gets the Shallow Grave off on Havos. Can he pick off no one? Looks like no one's gonna be fine, and now Pashu Bashu looking to turn it around. A blast hits on no one, but does mean that people have to back out of Winter's Curse to pick off no one. Mag is also in a bad spot. Can Dominator get something while he's glimpsed back into an awful position? No, but it looks like Goddamn gonna save himself by some time. Finally goes down. Pashu Bashu's still alive. He's been playing this game on a slither of health. Slither? Either one. English is complicated. And yeah, we're gonna be seeing that we've got some buybacks. Let's see if they can make it work. They still have the Exorcism up. Can Ninja do anything here? If you just run ham at them, you're just gonna fall. You might take an Abyssal Blade to the face, but it's on cooldown and the Enrage. If Pashu Bashu doesn't pop it, he's waiting for the Aegis. Gonna see what they can do. But now, with the Static Storm on top of Ninja, is there any hope? She manages to Ethereal. Oh gosh, no, she's pulled right back into the A blast. She is standing there, outputting a lot of damage, but she needs to push it onto Mag, and Mag, no, he doesn't go down in time. They're losing a Rax here for the lineup of HR, and it's looking pretty damn grim for them.
Without any buybacks, that's definitely double Rax. Fortunately, there's a tier 2 bottom, so they can't look for the third.
Yeah, and I feel like HR, they don't have the easiest lineup for coming back against supers. Certainly not against megas, but they do have a lot of wave clear with the Batrider, with Death Prophet. It's not easy to use, but this may have just been Vega sealing out the first game.
Yeah, they just out-executed around the pit, I feel like. Yeah. And as I said earlier, a few more mistakes. HellRaisers used the Exorcism, they just didn't get too much more. If they want to fight with it too far away from the tower or too far away from Roche, it took them too long to get Roche, which let Vega have time to respond.
Yep. So, going to be probably looking like Vega's definitely at a dominant advantage now. When this graph settles down, I think maybe even 10,000 experience. Still very close, but certainly a lead for Vega. We're definitely at the point in the game, though, it feels like, where if they do take a bad team fight on Vega, maybe if they don't have buybacks, they're all gonna die. They could lose a lot of structures, is what I mean.
I think for that to happen, though, they need Exorcism and Death Prophet for the fight, and then they need it to... Well, so... for that to happen, he needs to refresh. She's very far away from.
Yeah. So... it gets really rough here, and no one, even though I would argue no one not having one, well, he is 12-6. It does feel like he's been dying a bit in odd places, but 12-6 and 14, no one's clearly having a good game, just maybe not as good as compared to some of his other dominant performances on this hero.
He's not shining as much as he normally does, but it's a hard game for him, but he's definitely had his impact.
Yeah, doing very well there. And Goddamn does end up going for the Blink Dagger on the Wyvern. Not feeling like there's easy options here. This Ethereal Blade, this Ghost on Death Prophet feels really risky.
He has to get it, just because even the Pop does decent physical damage right now. But as you say, it is kind of risky.
Yeah, they're going for a desperate smoke, trying to get the wraparound, I think, on this push bottom. We've seen when HR gets the jump in these fights, but they might not... Oh, they have to know that they're all smoked up behind no one. And they're going to break that smoke. Now they're going in. The immediate Lotus Globe, but it was too late. The Yules is flying on both sides. Ninja touched by that ult. Now is in a really bad spot, but Herbo is trying to pick up Solo. One more hit will do it. Mag is Winter's Cursed up as well. I don't think HR have this team fight, and everybody's dead. There's a gem on the deck, and this might just be a GG call after Herbo goes down. He's trying to TP out. Can he make it? No! They drop the Abyssal to ensure it. That's our GG call.
I want to give props to Seema there. As soon as the smoke broke, he Lotus Orbed Pasha, and it reflected the Yules from Ninja, and he instantly got hexed. So he couldn't get the Exorcism off. Hopeful as that fight was, they definitely still had a chance if it went well. But Vega just coming off at the end.
Yeah, so I would say very well played from both teams. We'll be getting ourselves into a game 2 right quick, but I think maybe HL just want to pick a lineup with a bit later game potential.